Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday again. Sorry, just doing a little adjusting here. Okay. So, the mini catalog went live yesterday, if you didn't know that already. So, all the products are now available to shop from on my website, or if you have another demonstrator, then you would shop on their website. Also, it seemed like at the last minute, anyway, it was announced at the last minute to us demonstrators, is that there is also a scrapbooking brochure to go along with this. It is online, it's digital. The brochure is digital only, but you can go to my website and um, download it, I believe, but you can also shop for all the products. So if you are a scrapbooker, this is going to be for you. It includes 12 by 12 cardstock in Stampin' Up! Colors, a selection of them that are like the close to my heart colors, where one side is lighter than the other side and the core is white. And so there is also a different white color that is included in that. So yeah, you can go. I put the information in the description box below of how to get to my channel, the link, and you will find all the new products there. So you can just shop the new stuff. Going to be playing with this set today, and I'm just going to flip through here so you can kind of get a peek of what you will see when you go look there. Of course, this doesn't include those scrapbooking products. There's quite a few kit items and things like that. But yeah, lots of pretty holiday things. All right, let's get started. So I have a fun card today that's going to include some tips as we go along, but I'm using the More Than Autumn bundle, which is this stamp and die set. So cute. I love the little gingerbread. Okay, so it is pumpkin spice season. Are you excited? Or no, I don't like pumpkin. Which are you? I'm going to use this die out of this pack here, which is the Greetings of the Season dies. So some really cool tags, labels, however you want to use these. And I'm going to use this giant Forever Plaid embossing folder. Let's get started. Okay. Get out all my parts and pieces here. I better set something heavy on my stand over here so that my stand doesn't fall, because that wouldn't be good. So before I get started, I'm going to let you know that I did put some double-sided adhesive on these pieces of cardstock. You can find that online. You get a whole bunch of it. It's the adhesive sheets. There's 12 pieces in here, but most of the time you're using such small amounts that, you know, one package is going to last you for a long time. It does me anyway. So I've got pumpkin spice, early espresso, and pecan pie. Those are my colors that I have there. My card base is the early espresso, and it is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. And I'm going to be doing a horizontal card. So it will be going like that. Okay, so this piece will be for the front, and this piece, this is the new basic beige color. So here I've got crumb cake, and then this is the basic beige, so you can kind of see the difference there, and also how it compares to white. But I did cut a piece for the inside of the card. I thought that would be a little bit fun since we've got these kind of earthy colors going on here, to have that inside rather than the white. All right, so then I've got a piece of pumpkin pie cut at 4, let's see, what did I cut this at? I think I cut this at 4 1/8. Nope, I just cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And I am gonna rough up the edges, if I can find my little tool to do that. Here it is. Okay, so I've had mine for a really long time. I do have the one that was by Close to My Heart when I was selling for them, but we do have one in the online. There's so many things that you don't find in the catalog. I don't like to say that it's in the catalog, but you definitely can find things online. You can also use a pair of scissors to do this with, and it does make a little bit of a mess, so I like to do it over my little garbage thing here, which is just a little Dollar Tree tub thing. But I thought it would be fun to just distress the edges a little bit. So I do like a pumpkin latte, and last weekend I told my husband I wanted a pumpkin latte, so he went to Starbucks and he brought me home a latte. He ordered a pumpkin latte. There was absolutely no pumpkin flavor to it, but when I order my drinks, I don't like caffeine, so, well, I should say caffeine doesn't like me. So I always get them caffeine free. I order non-fat and decaf. So I realize that their pumpkin lattes are some kind of mix, so maybe they were trying to, you know, do that for me in a way where they didn't actually use the mix, but it didn't end up tasting like a pumpkin latte. So I'm gonna just have to order one and let it be what it is. And not order it my special way, the way that I like it, because I've had them before and ordered them the way I like them, and they tasted like a pumpkin latte. Anyway, I think I have. Okay, so this piece of basic beige is what I'm going to work with next, and I have it cut to 5 by 3 3/4. This is the piece that I'm going to run through the Forever Plaid embossing folder. So what I like about this set is that it's not just for the holidays, and you don't have to make this be a pumpkin latte, right? It can be whatever you want it to be. And you don't, I'm going to use the whipped cream today, but you don't have to. You can just leave it be a coffee drink. You can put marshmallows on it. You can put a straw in it and make it a slushie or something. So it can be whatever you want. Plus there's this fun donut and a piece of pie, which also doesn't have to be pumpkin pie. It could be chocolate pie, banana pie. It could be whatever kind of pie you want it to be. All right, so here is this gigantic embossing folder. And I'm going to put it in here so that it's somewhat straight, because while the plaid is a little bit wonky, you know, which makes it nice so it doesn't have to be perfect. but I don't want it to be too crazy crooked either. All right, I'm going to go with that. And don't forget, just in case you don't know, at the crease up here, this end is beveled, and this is the end that you want to go into your machine first, okay? I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Get things out of the way here, and I'm going to grab a scrappy piece of paper, and then I am going to pull out crushed curry. And I'm going to just lightly swoop this across the card. To pick up those raised edges. And I think I will stop with that. And let me grab pumpkin pie here. And then I need to get that ink so that I won't be picking it up. I'm going to grab my brush, a blending brush, and then I'm just going to lightly come in and color up the rest of this with pumpkin pie. All right, there we go. This is just a microfiber cloth that I have, but it works really great to get most of the ink that is wet on your blending brush off. If you want to clean, you can always run them under the faucet. I don't really like to do that, but if I want to get more ink off, I just do what I'm doing now on the microfiber cloth. I do it on a baby wipe first, and then I kind of dry it off on the microfiber. You definitely don't need a brush for every single color of ink, just color families. Okay, so I can get this out of the way. So now we have our background there. I can go ahead and attach that to this. When you emboss paper and then you go to add a roller type adhesive, you just want to be careful because sometimes your paper will want to kind of peel up So I'm always just really careful when I attach the adhesive that I don't accidentally tear my paper, because that embossing weakens the fibers, and that's why that happens. Okay, so there we have that. And I can go ahead and attach that to the front of my card. Sorry, I am turning my iPad back on. For whatever reason, it decided to turn off. Okay, am I not live? What's happening here? What is happening? This one doesn't want to come on. So what happened was I created my page, and then it, hi Jen, hi Danita, and then it went away. So I didn't think it was there still. I can see that I am live. Yay. Let's continue. I thought maybe I messed up and I was making my card and it wasn't even live, but I wasn't seeing your comments or anything, so I thought I had totally messed up. All right, let's proceed. All right, so there is that. Okay, now the next thing is going to be kind of fun. So I've got a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and let me find those dies. So I've got these Greetings of the Season dies. And I'm going to use this largest one here to make a label, but it's not big enough. So have you ever encountered that when you want to use something but it's not long enough? And if you haven't figured out how to do that, how to fix it, I'm going to show you. All right, so I cut my cardstock a little bit longer because I want my label to be longer, or my tag label. Okay, let me get my plate so I can show you what to do. Okay, so you're going to put it on your plate, and actually when I get ready to cut, I'm going to flip it up the other way. But you're only going to put your top plate so far like this. You're not going to cover up the whole bottom, because then we're going to come back, because we don't want that to cut. We're going to come back afterwards, and actually maybe I should just cut it this way because, well, let me see. I think, okay, I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, I'm okay there. Okay, after I run this through my machine, I'm going to bring it back so you can see your next step. Okay, so there you can kind of see how it didn't cut across the bottom. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to move it down to where I want it. And when you put the die back on, you can actually feel it go into where it cut before. So make sure you don't like cut that paper away or anything, because you want to be able to line it back up, and you'll feel the little ridges on here go back in kind of like a puzzle. You can just feel it lock back in there. So let me see. Let me measure my first one and see how long that is. So about 4.5 inches is what I want in length. So somewhere right about there. So let me get it in there and make sure it's locked in, and it feels like it is. Doesn't look like I moved it down that far. I didn't, so it's a good thing I maybe just a little bit more. Okay, that looks about right. Now, I don't want it swirling around like that. I want to make sure it is in there and locked in. And I'm going to tape that there and run this back through my machine. Keep your fingers crossed. Well, I know I already messed it up because I forgot to put my, so it's a good thing I did, so you can see what happens. I should have only put my plate down here where I was wanting to add. I put my top plate over the whole thing, so I cut the top of my tag off. So I still have a nice little tag, but it's not the size I want. So guess what? I'm going to have to cut another piece of paper. It's always a good thing, I think, when I make a mistake, so then you don't do what I did. You can learn from my mistake. Here I am trying to be all cool and show you something cool. And what do? I mess it up. That's all right. Okay, let's try this again. So now I don't need to show you the first part because I already did. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to not put my plate over this part, and we'll try it again. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Now, let me measure again because what did I say I wanted it? 4.5 inches. So I need my plate, my die to be right about there. Let me get this in here, locked in. There, I can feel it going in there. It worked so well yesterday. Okay, so that's where I want it. I just need to get it locked in. Come on, don't be a stinker. There. Okay. Now then, I'm going to put my tape down here. Now I only need my plate. I don't want to put my plate on this end. I want to put my plate over this end on the top. Let's try it again. Fingers crossed. By Jove, I think we've got it. Yahoo! I knew I could do it. So here is the length of the normal die, and there is how much we added on. Yay! Okay. So now then, I just am going to get my early espresso out and do a little bit of inking around the edge of this. If you don't like that look, you don't have to do it. Okay, tag is ready. I love having that option, and whoever figured it out to begin with to do that, thank you for doing that. All right, let's do some stamping, or should we do some more die cutting and be over with that? Maybe we'll do the die cutting next. Okay, so in the dies that come with the stamp set, there's words in the stamp set, and there are words in the dies. The dies don't cut the stamped words, okay? So we are going to do pumpkin on the orange. Spice on the pecan pie. And season on there. Okay, so I can actually just set these aside because I'm going to have more die cutting to do, and we may as well just do it all at one time. So I have some white here. Let me bring my stamps over. So this is what I was talking about. There's words in here, but they don't match up with those words. So those dies cut separately. They don't cut the stamped words. So I need the cup here and the whipped cream. We can get those stamped to begin with. Where's my black? Here it is. And I'm just stamping onto basic white. And we've got whipped cream here. So cute. And I've got the little pumpkin. And I've got the little heart. And one more thing. The cinnamon stick. So cute. All right, so the cup, I have my light pool party here. I'm just going to kind of go over some of the lines here. You know how white has that, when you look at white, it just has that little shadow of blue around the edges a lot of times. Oh, my dryer. I don't know if you can hear that music, but it's like telling me my load is done in there. Okay, so there's that. And then the little, what do you call those things? When it's hot and like a cozy, I guess. So I'm gonna color it with pecan pie because, you know, they're usually that kind of craft color. And this just seemed like the perfect color to me for that. My neighbor lady is working in her yard. It sounds like she's got a leaf blower going over there or something now. Okay, so that was the light pecan pie, and this is the dark. So I'm just gonna come on the edges here. I think I'm gonna use the little tip, it's easier. And I'm just gonna kind of flick from the outside edge in. So there's that. Okay, the pumpkin. I've got pumpkin pie here. These images are all small, so they just color up really quickly. My hands are shaking today for whatever reason. So I'm trying to be really careful not to go outside of the lines. And I'm just going to take the dark pumpkin pie here and go over these lines and on the ends. Cute. I'm going to color up the little heart red. There's that. I have got let's see. I think I'm going to use the dark. I've got cinnamon cider, dark cinnamon cider. This is a retired color, but you may have it or something similar in your stash. And I'm going to color the cinnamon stick with this. I'll tell you, I love this color and the cardstock. I loaded up on the cardstock because I like to do a lot of gingerbread type things at Christmas time, and it's just a great color for gingerbread. Okay, now the whipped cream I have, what color? Oh, you know what? I didn't want to stamp it in that color. Let me grab the stamp. I wanted to stamp it, I meant to stamp it actually, in the basic beige. The whipped cream. Let me see, will it fit here? I might have to grab, oh, it'll fit there. Let me just grab another little scrappy of white. There we go. That's better for the whipped cream. And then I'm going to take my light pool party, just like I did with the cup. And I'm going to go inside the lines. And this will lighten as it dries. Oh, now I can hear a helicopter out there. I don't like it when I can hear them and they're hovering, because that usually means they're, well, it could mean they are practicing, or it could mean they are rescuing. Okay, so I think we are ready now to cut these all out. So there's two little dies that kind of look the same on here. One cuts out the cinnamon stick and one cuts out the straw, if you just do the straw. So you kind of have to match them up and make sure you've got the right one. And I think I do. There's that. Here's the pumpkin. Yeah, all kinds of noise going on outside today. And I had to open the window because it's a beautiful day here on the coast. We're actually having some nice weather for a few days. which is lovely. I ordered from scrapbooking.com one of their new magnetic mats to use in my machine. So hopefully I won't have to be taping my dies down so much anymore. We'll see. I'm hoping that it works well. Okay, let me run these through my machine. I'll be right back. I think I'm going to have to figure out how these were all on here later. So let me bring my little magnetic bowl in here. It's already grabbing dies. So that I can put them in there and not lose them until I have time to put them all away. Okay. Oh, and then I didn't run these through at the same time, did I? And I lost my, because the magnet bowl picked it up. Okay, let me run these through and I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to put a little wet glue on the back of the whipped cream here. 91 in Klamath. I am in Newport, Jen, and I don't know what the temperature is right now. I know this morning when I first went out, it was already 74 on our back deck, which is pretty warm for here on the coast. Okay, so there's the whipped cream, and I didn't pay attention to the last time I took the dogs out what the temperature was out there. Let me ask Alexa. I think she can hear me. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 52 degrees. By the way, you have a new notification. Do you want to hear it?
No, thank you. Okay, so she said it's 68 degrees. I can guarantee you that is not what it is at my house. I think the temperature is taken out at the airport, which is several miles away from where I live. So it is warmer here for sure. Excuse me. And we have smoke coming in from somewhere. All right, I'm gonna just pop the cinnamon stick And now there's sirens. All right, so that is semi-ready. I forgot to stamp the little sprinkles on top of the whipped cream, so let's do that. Because I want sprinkles on top of mine. Where is my pumpkin pie? Here it is. Whoops. And they kind of have these sprinkles in a shape going up to the point, which is fun. The point of the whipped cream. Cute. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry. I should have put my Wink of Stella on there before I put the sprinkles because the pumpkin pie will, the color will bleed, so I'll have to go around them. Okay, let me get my words off of here. There is one. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this up. My Crafty Adventures, please remind me again what your name is because I have forgotten. My apologies. Thank you, Jen. I know that's what I was thinking about the whipped cream too with the basic beige. It's a good color. I mean, you can use like a light gray, but yeah, it just seemed to be the right color. Okay, so there is that. And then, because I cut them out with that adhesive on the back. I just need to be able to grab onto it. There we go, and pull that off. Without tearing my word. There we go. Okay, so let's get it on here. Now I'm wishing I had a pumpkin spice latte. One that actually tastes like pumpkin, not like the one I had that didn't. It's a good thing I have just a little bit of fingernail to grab that. Pumpkin spice season. There are things that I don't care for in a pumpkin flavor, for sure. I mean, I've seen them, they just get carried away with it, and they come out with so many things like I'm not a big fan of Kit Kat candy bars, but those, they have pumpkin spice. I'm not sure. I don't know. They might be good. I'm not sure. Okay, so pumpkin spice season. There we have that. I'm going to put a little dimensional on the back of the heart. And pop it right there. Now, there's no dots for the eyes, so we're going to fix that. So I have another tip for you. Yeah, we are. If I can find what I'm looking for over here. How did things go missing on your desk? Here it is. Because I'm making too big of a mess over there. That is why. So I've got my basic just clear rhinestones here. Oh, I need to put this die up so it does, I mean this stamp, so it doesn't get messed up. I want my pecan pie. Where is it? I want the dark. Here it is. And I want pumpkin. There we go. So I am going to take the bullet tip, and the reason why I'm taking the bullet tip and not the brush tip is because I don't want to mess up my brush tip, and I don't want to mess up the bullet tip either, but these kind of have little edges that might want to fray the brushy bristles, so I'm really careful when I do this. But because this is alcohol ink, I can color my clear dots and make them any color I want with my blends. And I dot it rather than rubbing it, because when I dot it, it still puts the ink on there, but it's not rubbing those edges across the bristles of my marker, because like I said, I don't want to ruin my marker. But as you can see, it's getting that color on there. Okay, so there's that one. And then I need an orange one for my pumpkin word up there. And I'm going to do the same thing. Yeah, I'm fussy about my things. I just want them to last as long as possible. So I try to do my best to take care of them. Okay, so there I have an orange one and a brown one. Let me get my take your pick tool here. And we can get our eyes dotted. So there is that one for spice. And here is this one for pumpkin. So they don't have to have dots, but you know, it just gives it a little bling and makes it look cute. You could take your marker and just dot them with your marker right onto the cardstock if you wanted, or you could just leave them and not have a dot. Okay, so I didn't need to use my tweezers. But what I do want to do, let me clean these stamps really quick because I wanted to stamp on the inside a little bit there. Oh, get the stamp, that might help. Okay, so let me get my since I didn't use any patterned paper, I don't have any little strip to take across the bottom. What I could have done is I could have left this a little bit bigger and then cut it down to size and have a strip to go on the inside. But, you know, instead I'm going to stamp on the inside and make something cute. So I'm just going to stamp 3 little pumpkins down the side of the card here. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can line that up and fix it. There we do. Got it. That's the one good thing, one of the good things about clear stamps. You can see where you're stamping and fix your boo-boos. All right. Just gonna color these real quick here. I'm not going to stamp a sentiment on the inside, just because since this card doesn't say happy birthday or any kind of, you know, real specific greeting on the front of it, you can make it be whatever kind of card you might need it for. So yeah, I'll just wait and stamp it when I get ready to send it or give it to somebody. Oh, I have a big announcement. I finally reached 2,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. I was really excited about that, and I am going to do a giveaway to celebrate reaching 2,000. So I haven't put together yet what I'm going to give away, so just be looking for that here in the very near future. I will announce it and decide how I'm gonna do the giveaway. But I really appreciate all of you that have subscribed to my channel and put up with my mistakes and and still come back for more. Okay, so there's that. And then, let's see, I have some cute orange twine here. Okay, this is just from my stash. This is not Stampin' Up, but I did get it at Hobby Lobby in case you're interested. It's kind of a thicker twine. And it's in their fall section of things, but it was just the right color. I had to use it. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. But I am going to tie it so that my knot is kind of sitting on top here a little bit. Like that. Oh, these are just yucky scissors. Okay, and then I'm just going to untwist the ends a little bit, fray them out. There we go. All right, now I'm going to pop this whole thing up. make sure I've got my card right here. I always take my fingernail and crease down the center of these because it's easier to pop the papers up then, get them off. All right, I got them all off. Let's put this onto our card here. Does that look straight? I think so. Need to put the pin in my glue. Let me grab my Wink of Stella and just see if I can get a little sparkle on this whipped cream and try not to touch the sprinkles. Ask me how I know that. Well, you know why. Because I did it, and yeah, it bleeds the color if you go right over the top of them. So go around. And I realize you're not seeing the sparkle. I'll hold it up though, and you might be able to see it. I'm gonna sparkle the heart up too. Here we go. So I don't know if the light's catching so you can see it, but it's there. What a mess I have on my desk. Oh my goodness. Here's the one I made yesterday. I think it's pretty much the same. And now it is story time. Still the I Love Lucy Guide to Life. And that one we already read. Oh my goodness, look at Fred. What is he doing? I think he was posing. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, I think he was posing for, maybe Lucy was painting or something. I can't remember. Lucy's fashion tips number 6. Clothes make the man. Lucy's fashion tips number 7. Well, clothes don't always make the man. Look at Fred. Oh my goodness. Why was he dressed up like that? I can't remember. Look at Lucy. Oh my goodness. Beware of princes. They can be charming. Ricky singing away at the Tropicana. Oh, there they all are. The guys are in jail. There's more than one way to catch a man. What is that? But only one way to keep him. Aw. Cute. We'll stop with that one. All right, you guys. I hope that I was able to give you a couple of new tips today that you haven't known about yet. One being, don't make the same mistakes Jana does when she's trying to give you a tip and she messes it up. But there's the normal size of tag, and then the long one that we made. I think that's just, I love that. I love being able to do that. And what was the other tip? Coloring your rhinestones so you can have whatever color you want. Yeah. All right, thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. Be sure to stay tuned for my upcoming drawing. And I will see you in my next video. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.